Everybody, welcome to a brand new Brick and Driver episode. I'm sorry for the lack of videos. Like, I've been really busy building something awesome in Brick Rigs. I'm working on a river cruise ship. I have the low brick count version done. It's called the Champion Rambler, and then the big one that's going to have more rooms, more lounges, more restaurants. Everything there is going to be coming out. It's going to be called the Champion Explorer. But apart from that, let's look at our competition today. We're going to be looking at some great regular cab, single cab trucks, whatever you want to call it, in Brick Rigs. I got three of some of my favorites here. We have the Omega Esker, the Strangler T1500, and the Brickline Avenger. So, when we start out looking at the looks category, as we normally do, my first impressions lead me straight towards the Strangler. And my reasoning for that, I like the little glow bricks that they have for accent going on there. That's kind of nice. Strangler, Brickline. No, I can't type. Omega. So that's going to definitely get first place here. Second place, I'm honestly quite torn between these two. The Esker looks kind of depressing. It doesn't really look like a truck, but the Brickline looks like every other Brickline. I mean, like, it has truck feel. It has the right distance off the ground clearance. So, I like that one, and I think I'm going to have to give it over this because it just looks sad. So, Strangler first with 15, Brickline second with 10, and Omega last with 5. So now I move on to the interior, and we'll start with the Strangler. And I like the amount of detail that they have here. They have a nav screen, and they have the steering wheel. They have like a really detailed dash here. They have footwells and everything. And does it have cup holders? Oh, and it has like real seat backs, which is nice. No cup holders in this though, so that's kind of a downside. Moving into the Omega. You get basically the same interior that you get in any Omega these days. You get the little radio thing down there, the sort of gauge display, and then the steering wheel as well as air vents. And as far as similarity to other brand goes, Brickline's pretty much the same here as well. They have plywood, weirdly, but this has a cup holder and little controls in the steering wheel. So it's going to be the same scoring here as the last challenge, with the Strangler taking first in the interior, Brickline taking second, and then the Omega taking last. So moving into the practicality department, the main two things we look for in regular cab truck practicality is space behind the seat. Since you don't have the back seat to throw stuff in, you're going to want to have covered space to put your crap. And then also, we want to make sure we have a big bed. And in the big bed department, the Brickline immediately loses points because it has the foam here. But it also gains some points because it's the only truck here which has an opening and closing tailgate. But also, practicality-wise, it loses points because it has no room behind the seats. This is also the case with the Strangler with no room behind the seats. But, when we look over here at the Omega, it is the only one to have space behind the seats to put your crap. In the bed of the truck, the Brickline we saw doesn't have any and has the smallest bed, so it pretty much automatically gets last there despite its opening tailgate and its folding mirrors. But if you're going to have a truck, you might want to get a little bit more carrying capacity. The Strangler bed is a little bit narrower than the Omega, and considering that the Omega has space behind the seat, I'm going to have to give this to the Omega. We will not be doing a towing challenge today. We're just going to be doing this with like a normal car review style, like I do cars or SUVs or wagons or something. So let's go do the speed challenge, and that will of course require me to activate the manual transmission and put this on. And the brick line, it feels smooth. There's a little bit of body roll, but it's not bad. And I have driven the brick line quite a bit. Pretty good brakes, but we come to expect that in brick lines anymore these days. Okay, each vehicle will have to start out in first gear. Actually, what the heck will go second? 3, 2, 1, go. $50, $60, 83 miles per hour. Pretty good. Not gonna lie. Now let's get the Omega. Which, I mean, since it looks like a car, it should be light. And the driving position here, it more reminds me of a car. It actually feels a little bit cramped and bland inside of the cabin, I have to say. Turn. Now bring it around here to the greenhouse. We'll start in second gear. So 3, 2, 1, go. 83 miles per hour is the speed to be 50, 60, 71. Brakes not working, brakes still not working. So now we get the Strangler, my favorite for the so far today. It definitely accelerates, that's for sure, and it has very detailed interior, as I mentioned before, which I really like. I overshot it looking at that. This does have steering wheels. Not steering wheels. Turning signals. I'm pretty sure all of our cars here have that today, so. So, that's nice. This also has a license plate, and I know some roleplays do require you to have that, so this is a good choice if you're too lazy to put it on yourself. Like I am. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. That's 40 miles an hour already. 50. 60. It's gonna have the Omega, but it just barely can't beat out the brick line with 81 miles per hour. The brick line, where'd the brick line go? That's somewhere. I'll find it later. The brick line had 83, giving it the edge in the speed challenge. So Strangler second, Omega last, and then the brick line triumphant for the first time today. And up there with 15. So now we move on to parking, which I will set up. Okay, so brick line first. I have the timer ready to go. Stopwatch, first person view. 3, 2, 1. Might want to turn this off so I don't have to go through all that tricky gear change stuff while doing this. 3, 2, 1, go. Good brakes. In here. Whoa. Turning circle sort of spun the wheels as I came down there, but it is long. It's a truck, so I don't know what I was expecting it to be. Really good turning circle there, able to get out of there. Clean. Okay. Now we're out. And crossing the line in 48.5. Not bad. Not bad at all. Just don't ask why I did that. But, okay, it's time now for the Omega. Three, two, one, go. 48.5 is the time to beat. Turn. This turning circle sucks. Turning. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Hello, pole. Go! I can be able to make this turn. Just barely. Yeah, so this isn't gonna beat the brick line. 55.3. So, yeah. Let's get the Strangler. .5, I believe, is the time to beat. 3, 2, 1, go. A lot better than the Omega coming into there. Let's see here, can it twitch around? No. I do a little bit of reversing. I hit the counter. That's a 5-second penalty. Okay, let's get out of here. Not hitting things. It's always good when you're not hitting things. It's gonna be close. Ah! Okay. So the brick line had a time of 48.5. This had 40.6. But before we can put the score, we have to add 5 seconds. Still managed to beat the brick line, so it had 45.6. So the Strangler takes parking, putting it in a good position coming into our last two challenges. Braking and handling. So 15. The brick line not far behind it all with 10. And then the girl truck with 5. Of course, but then again, to be a girl truck, it'd have to be good at parking at the mall. So I don't really know what to call the Omega right now. Yeah, you can go over there. For a little while. Whoops. 3, 2, 1, go. 40 miles per hour is our target speed. That worked somewhat well. Now we get the brick line. Brick lines generally always do really well at these braking challenges. So I'm expecting good things here. Yep, There's that. The brakes are good. That was about 40 miles an hour, and it did really well. Okay, Omega. You good? Five, 30, 40. That was garbage. The Omega is last. We're just gonna say that right now. 5, Brick Line taking first, 15, and the Strangler taking 10. It's kind of looking like a two-way battle right now. So we're gonna put the Omega on the handling course first, just to get it out of the way. That's really the only reason I'm doing that. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go! Still pulling away. And this is really strange because the Durborn, the other Omega truck, is a really, really good truck. And if you saw the wildcard vote thing that I posted a status on Steam, it's beating the TMT Reptilian right now. And that final vote will come out tomorrow. I'll make a video announcing it. That'll come out Saturday, and then the video revealing all of the cars will be Sunday. We just have to get a few more votes on the wild card for the quarter one votes. It's actually not doing too bad. I was expecting it to probably be in the 1 minute range. Okay, it's probably gonna be in the 1 minute range now because the brakes decided to continue to not work. Turn. Okay. Oh yeah, it's definitely in the 1 minute range. 102.5. I need a pencil. There we go. Boom. Brick Line. They generally do pretty well in the handling as well. I haven't really driven any handling Stranglers besides the Chimera, and that was a muscle car. It still managed to beat its rival, the TAC Eagle X, but it still wasn't good. So, 3, 2, 1, go. That car was designed for straight lines. No oversteer. Remember, I have amazing brakes, so go up here. Hop up over the hill, brake, turn. A little bit of oversteer there, but I think that was mostly due to me hitting the grass. Okay, line corner. Stepped on it a little bit there, I think. Gosh, turn! But even still, it's 52 seconds flat. So that's about full 10 seconds. That's 9.5 actually, but almost 10 seconds quicker than the Omega. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Brick Line handles a little bit better. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. See if it has any oversteer issues going into the first corner. A little bit, but it's controllable. Thought I had Brick Line brakes. But these brakes are still better than the Omegas. And also don't brake on grass, or else things go really, really wrong really fast. But that's pretty much with any vehicle. It's not a thing where it's Strangler's fault. And power! I'm also kind of getting excited because Glitchy told me that there's going to be a new Noto Venture. He didn't say when, but I told him I'd be happy to reveal it for him on here, so he wanted me to. 1 minute, 1 second, 0.4. So it doesn't meet the brick line, but it manages to beat the Omega. So let's put in the scores and see what we got here. So Strangler 10, Brickline 15, and then Omega, take a guess, 5. So Strangler's total score: 15, 30, 40, 50, 65, 75, 85. Brickline's total score: 10, 20, 25, 40, 50, 65, 80. So just barely, the Strangler just barely beats it out. Now we go to the entertainment of today's show. 5, 10, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So the other two cars, trucks, almost doubled the Omega score. So that's going to be the end of the video today. The Strangler, oh my, look at, this took quite a bit of damage, and the Strangler's just like, meh, I don't care. God mode isn't even on. So the Strangler's our winner today, just barely beats it out. I personally prefer the Strangler, but the Brick Line is an amazing piece of engineering. And we also featured the Omega on our show today. But if Brickline could improve the practicality of this a little bit, make a few like minor design changes so it looked a little bit different than normal, the Brickline probably would have edged out the Omega. Not the Omega. Anything could edge that out. But, I mean, the Strangler. Strangler's a really good truck. It has an amazing interior. I still have no idea what these actuators do. I've been trying to figure out that ever since I got the thing in the workshop. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you next time.